So, okay, YouTube, I'm now reading the 8th SCP of the stream, and this one is called Toolbar. Now, we had a good time. It's almost 3 hours. It's taken me quite some time to get through these things. But hey, I'm having a blast. I hope you guys are having a blast too while watching all the other videos, or maybe this new one. Who knows? I hope that Toolbar is one that you've never seen before, or that you maybe just want a refresher. In the meantime, secure that subscribe button, contain the like button, and protect the comment section. Okay, let's read Toolbar. So yeah, I had to do that because, you know, each one is an individual part. But yeah, I have SCP 460 till 1447. Well, it's gonna be 1450 on YouTube right now. Of course, it's a daily upload. And tomorrow, the SCP that's coming out is... Which one is it? The 1390. So I'm like 50 SCPs ahead of the one I'm reading right now. But that's how it is. Did I do the stopwatch thing? I did. Did I? Yeah, I think I did. Makes sense? Exactamonto. Kita. Ooh, we got a Kita on our hands again. Okay, this one's a decent read. Okay, wait, I gotta crack my neck. Okay. -1's current containment unit comprises an airtight 2.5 meter times 2.5 meter cubed concrete container, reinforced with 6 centimeters ablative steel plating and suspended within Bay 4. The cell exterior is to be inspected daily and any damage reported immediately. Dented or otherwise structurally compromised plating is to be patched. A reserve of replacement steel plate of the appropriate gauge is to be maintained at 30 square meters. Discovery of any hole or crack in the plating should be considered a breach of containment, and -2 quarters are to be immediately secured. Alright, I gotta go back to the paper I'm writing. I shall leave a look. Have fun. Alrighty then. You do that. And good luck with the paper. It was a good time talking to you. You take care now. That was with you. -2. My God. How bad is my lip bleeding? Not too bad. Good. -2 is confined to his quarters, the location of which relative or to -1. I still have some G fuel left on that. Yeah. This -1's containment unit has been selected to minimize possible interaction between -1, other Euclid and Kita class SCPs, as well as incorporating blast-proof screens and choke points to be employed in the event of breach. Reasonable requests from -2 may be granted with the exception of any item which could facilitate external communication. -2 may be consulted by maintenance staff on issues relevant to his primary area of expertise. However, following containment breach, -1, -2 is no longer granted freedom of the facility. -2 is to spend at least 4 hours a day meditating on the following topics. -1 is getting weaker. -1 is dying. -1 is unable to maintain physical form. -1's game is weak. Any qualified practitioners of Tibetan Buddhism on site are instructed to participate in these sessions. Topics which could imply a containment breach, such as -1 is going away, -1 is being reabsorbed into my mind, or similar, are not to be employed. Okay, so you have to have strong mind game. You gotta be strong in the head if you want to survive against the SCP-1447. Failure by -2 to comply with this procedure is punishable by removal of requested items and privileges. Description: all the current containment measures and the speeds at which -1 typically move make close observation possible. Initial recovery and -1 numerous breach attempts have substantiated eyewitnesses' reports of its appearance. -1 is a quasi-physical humanoid entity resembling an Asian male in traditional Tibetan Buddhist monastic garb. Its face is visually distorted and indistinct, even when viewed on high-speed footage. -1 typically remains in constant motion, frequently in excess of 200 kilometers per hour for approximately in constant motion of 200 kilometers per hour. My boy. So wait, other okay, so it's a quasi-humanoid entity and it's just fucking speeding by. It's a yeah, okay. For approximately 20 hours a day, which time is chiefly spent attacking the interior of its cell. It's just like ramming itself into the cell. How is it not breaking? Is it? I guess the cell must be made. Wait, hold on. Concrete container. I guess that's strong enough, yeah. But that must hurt. Dashing yourself against a concrete container like 20 hours a day. Ew. Initial cover. Reinforced container with hardened steel plating has been successfully in reducing the incidence of breaches, but has not proven totally immune to Dash-1's effort. Dash-1 is very capable of exploiting small breaches in its containment unit and is able to insert itself through apertures as small as 200. I think that's supposed to be nanometers in diameter. That's small. So you can just right through it. The flash just like vibrate at such sonic speed that you can just pass through the wall. I mean, it doesn't vibrate, but that's still one of the coolest thing the flash can do is to vibrate so fast it can just phase through matter. Like, how crazy is that? Dash-1 is largely resistant to standard issue sidearms. Higher caliber munitions appear to temporarily disrupt Dash-1's physical form, causing its distress, and have been effective at forcing it back into containment. High explosives have proven effective at completely dissipating Dash-1. However, when attacked in this manner, Dash-1 has shown the capacity to rematerialize anywhere in the immediate vicinity, ignoring any interfering barriers. Furthermore, during Breach 5, as Dash-1 apparently goaded security personnel into employing explosives near the containment area of SCP, resulting in an additional breach event. Oh god, why would you do that? Attempts at communication with the entity to determine sentience remain inconclusive. Although Dash-1 response to questions its vocalization are largely unintelligible. Analysis has revealed them to be garbled versions of mantras in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, repeated hundreds of times a second. Dash-1 is not implacably hostile to human life and remain focused on reaching and killing. Dash-2, however, Foundation personnel who attempt to impede its progress are subject to attack, and if frustrated in its effort, it has been observed to become indiscriminately violent. Okay, what is Dash-2 then? Dash-2 is a, I guess, 50-year-old Caucasian male who claims to be a computer hardware and software entrepreneur of some note. Dash-2 has been unable to explain the continued activity in the public eye of his namesake, a figure who shares Dash-2's alleged identity and life history, but has speculated that he may be an imposter hired by his business associates. Trying to think what name it could be, but I'm blank right now. His counterpart is to be kept under surveillance by Foundation personnel. Another possibility is that either Dash-2 or his counterpart is an entity similar to Dash-1. Recovery log 1447. Dash-2 claims that a emissary allegedly located in Qinghai province, China, provided him with the location of Site-73 and arrived on seeking sanctuary from what he described as a tulpa. See interview 21. 2 days later, Site-73 came under repeated attack by Dash-1, resulting in the deaths of 2 agents. Dash-2 was evacuated via plane and the attacks immediately ceased. Dash-2 was transported to London and subsequently moved to Site-60. Dash-1 took under 3 weeks to locate the site, again attempting to breach the security and gain access to Dash-2. Wow. So Dash-1 is just trying to like either attempt to kill Dash-2 or be reunited with Dash-2. On-site personnel were ultimately able to funnel the entity into an early version of its current containment unit at significant cost in terms of expanded human and material resources. Addendum 1. Dash-2 has been informed of the death of his counterpart. He requested a full medical checkup, which was granted. Tissue and hair samples taken from Dash-2 show no anomalous characteristics. Dash-2 remains convinced that he will be successful in the destruction of Dash-1 through the application of methods of concentration and mediative practice. Successive breaches have indicated no change in the capabilities of Dash-1 to date. However, it is noteworthy that the entity's activity within its containment unit is severely curtailed during periods in which Dash-2 engages in focused meditation and on the abolition of the tulpa. Thermal imaging reveals that -1 is almost completely still during these periods, adopting the Vacha meditation position. Foundation consultants versed in the Tibetan Buddhist faith have posted that -1 may be sufficiently sentient to be able to meditate on its own existence, thus reasserting itself. Addendum 2. Proposals are under consideration to incorporate means of disrupting -1's meditation into its containment unit. The incorporation of hydrochloric acid bath similar to the employed in the containment of other key class SCPs is presently considered too likely to lead to a breach via the delivery mechanism. Other possibilities include microwave emitters to heat the interior of the unit and high volume sonics proven to inhibit concentration. Current theories indicate that the death of -2 at the hands of -1 or otherwise is unlikely to result in the destruction of the tulpa given its current level of autonomy. Controlled infliction of pain on -2 show no corresponding change in behavior on the part of -1. However, -1 is currently uncontainable largely by virtue of the fact that it consistently seeks out and attempts to kill -2. Free from this compulsion, the entity would become completely unpredictable. For the foreseeable future, containment efforts must focus on further reducing the incidence of breach attempts on minimizing the exposure of the Foundation assets to -1. And here we have the interview. Oh god. At this for 3 hours, goddamn. Dr. Wolfers, -2, 20th, 9th, 1919. How are you feeling today, -2? That's not my name. I understand that you claim to be... I am. We'll get to that. What is the nature of your connection to -1? That's what you call the tulpa, isn't it? That's what we call the entity that's for attack 2 of our facilities and then effort to get to you. I created it. You created -1? Yes. After 85, I resumed my travels in India and Tibet. I guess I was seeking a spiritual experience. You were a tourist? Yes, of sorts. I found a group of monks in Shanghai who said they would teach me how to create a tulpa. What did you hope to accomplish? Well, a tulpa is supposed to be a thought of form made visible and tangible to others through intense meditation. Answer the question. I thought I had. I guess I didn't have any ulterior motives. To manifest my thoughts, to impose my will on reality, isn't that enough? You couldn't control this tulpa? At first I could. I wanted to manifest the Buddha. You probably know him as the Fat Buddha, but he wasn't a Buddha. He was a folkloric deity. The monks told me to choose something else, but I became fixated on it. If you don't mind me saying so, footage we have of -1 does not resemble the Fat Buddha. No. Over time he changed. He became thinner, meaner looking. Its behavior changed. Yes. I imagine him a jolly prankster. He would play practical jokes on me and other monks, but over time they grew more and more spiteful. What happened? It began to do things like putting pots of scalding hot water over doors, hid snakes in our sandals, harmless first, then poisonous. I wasn't aware that there were venomous snakes in Tibet. There's one, the Phi Viper, but you're right, the habitat is hundreds of miles south of the monastery. I didn't understand how he had got to it. And now you do. His speed. Yes, one day I realized I couldn't visualize his face anymore. That was the turning point. Yes, he became murderous. The monks caught him trying to cut my throat during the night. They were able to see the tulpa by the stage. Yes, they were afraid that the tulpa would kill them too. They told me about operational codename for Site-37 used exclusively by recovery agents. You are aware that it is quite impossible for them to have knowledge of that facility. So you tell me. And as for your identity, I've told you as clear as I can. Ask your damn IT department. How do you account for these? Dr. Wolfer shows -2 a number of recent press cuttings concerning his namesake. I cannot. There's in fact no evidence, okay, there we go. There's in fact no evidence that left the United States during the period we were discussing. In fact, I have copious evidence that during the time you claimed to have been in Tibet, you found another company. Maybe hired someone to impersonate me. It says I'm back at... There's your motive. Rest assured we'll be keeping both and under close observation. No, that's not good enough. I want my life back. You don't have the right to detain me here. Mister, you are here because you are currently the talk of an apparently supernatural being that has thus far cost this organization an extraordinary amount of money and dozens of lives to contain. We have every right to tell me what happens if -1 kills you. I don't have to listen to this. Will -1 cease to exist if you die? Answer the question. I refuse to answer. Interview terminated by Dr. Wolfers. So this is exactly what happens when you're a regular human being and you have the reverse flash after your ass. Well, I mean, the reverse flash would of course find you faster, but it would just be really worrisome to deal with that.